Alright, I'm Degen. In this video, I'm going to go over the patch notes, or the Diablo Immortals first post-launch content update. I'm going to try to just get through it real quick. I want to talk about it. I have things to say about a lot of this stuff, but I also want to just put it out there. I'm sure a lot of you guys know, but you'll get my opinions and stuff on a lot of this stuff. Now, a big part of a lot of the text in these patch notes is just like, I don't know, lore stuff or just trying to be like a story based thing. But so I'll just try to skip over most of that stuff and get right into the meat of it. So first things first, there's a new battle pass that will be going live on the 7th, which by the time you're watching this, it very well may be the 7th already. So you can just look in game and see what's available on the battle pass. If it's not the 7th for you yet, because I am putting this up a bit early, we have this. We can see there's more Fervent Fang legendary gem on there. There's a new cool looking armor set, which is just a skin. I think that'll be pretty neat. And yeah, it looks more or less about the same. Hopefully there's a lot more stuff in it. I don't know though, it's going to be the same amount of levels. It's still going to be 40 ranks, it says right here, but it doesn't say anything. Now it does say the paid extra version. So okay, there's 3 different versions of the battle pass. You can do the free version, you can do the $5 paid version, which lets you unlock all the stuff on the bottom row. But then they have an empowered battle pass, which is like the $15 thing, and that it starts you with 10 levels. It gives you 10 levels. You can buy it later on though if you want, and you get an additional avatar frame, a bloodsworn portal cosmetic, and a 10 rank boost. So you can buy it whenever you want, and it will just add 10 levels to where you buy it. Now keep in mind, if you buy it and get those 10 levels, it will not give you a ton of XP like as if you were to just level up 10 times. So you're not going to get like experience points for those 10 levels like you would if you were cashing in 10 levels, but you will get the rewards on the battle pass for 10 extra levels, as well as the portal and the frame. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Now, the new Heliquery raid boss, we actually have had this already for about a week now, a little less than a week maybe. But yeah, it's just a raid boss. It's not too hard, you just need a pretty high combat rating to get in there, but it seems easier than the first raid boss personally, just because there's, I want to say, less room-wide one-shot mechanics. But I don't know, maybe I just got carried or something when I was in there and none happened to hit. But either way, yeah, it doesn't seem too crazy. It is what it is. We've had it for about a week. I'm sure most people have done it already. Or you're just waiting to get your combat rating up. Don't be scared of it though. I don't think it's as hard as the first boss was with some of the mechanics. Now, this is our first event, our first real event. Alright, Hungering Moon weekend event. Now, keep in mind, this is not this coming weekend. This starts on the weekend of the 15th. So this is basically a week and a half away from the recording of this video. And I don't know what the rewards are going to be. It doesn't say anything about what the rewards will be. But it just says you earn Moon Silvers, which can be traded for blessings. After acquiring 7 blessings, you'll have buried enough goodwill with the moon to trade those in for random reward. I don't know if that random reward means it could be anything. I don't know if it's just going to be like legendaries, crests, legendary crests. It could just be hilts or maybe even gold. I have no idea. I don't know if anyone out there knows. We've never had an event like this before. Maybe in some beta phase there was, but I have no idea what to expect from this. I'm a little salty about how, first of all, it's not for a week and a half. Second of all, that's like about a month and a half after the game came out. If you guys are familiar with me here on the channel, you know that I've been playing a ton of mobile games over the years. I'm a big mobile game guy now, I guess. I don't know. And usually mobile games always have rolling events. Like, they're almost always have an event up at all times. Like, on my channel in recent history, I've played like War of the Visions and Marvel Future Revolution and stuff like that. And they almost always have an event up at all times, no matter what. Even if it's just like a dumb little minor farming event, like just something extra to do on top of your other like daily activities. And that's where this game falls flat for me. Like, it's very strange to me that this is a free-to-play mobile game that just doesn't have a rolling event going on at all times. because I feel like that's how these games keep people in, you know? You get a new event to look forward to every week or every couple of weeks, and there's just always something going on. This game doesn't have that. And I wonder if they're ever going to get to that point. But for now, this event that we're getting is only going to last 3 days. It's a weekend event. And it doesn't come out until a month and a half after the game launched. I really hope they start doing more frequent events personally. Because coming from these kind of games, like, this is the kind of thing. It doesn't have to have, like, you know, crazy good rewards worth, like, hundreds of dollars or anything crazy like that. But it's just a little something extra to do, you know, like farm a piece of gear or just farm something or just, you know, enhance your character in some way or anything. You know, it doesn't have to be voice acted, you know, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. We just want stuff to do. And in mobile games that are free to play, that are always ongoing services, events are a great thing, you know, to do and to look forward to every week or every other week or whatever, to just change it up, you know? I don't know. That's my opinion on it. Some of you guys might have differing opinions. Maybe some people don't like events, and that's totally cool. Actually, let me know what you guys think about the event situation in this game. I'm curious. Alright, so now they say what's to come. The Diablo and Blizzard and the Diablo Immortal team would like to thank you for your time spent defending Sanctuary. English. This is just the start. Okay, so this is a mini patch. They did say they're going to do another patch later this month. My estimation, and I hope this is wrong, is it's going to be the very end of the month, maybe like the 27th, because that's the last Wednesday, I think. But I hope we don't have to wait that long, but it's probably going to be the very end of the month. I feel like that's how they do these things in games. Usually they're like, oh, we're going to do, you know, 2 things this month. One thing will be at the very end, last possible minute. Anyways, they do mention, though, class change. So it seems like the class... I know class change is a big deal for a lot of people. I personally am just going to stick with my class, I think. But I know a lot of people have wanted to try out other classes, but maybe not want to start over. Stuff like that. So if that is part of the next update, that is something really cool. And that's a big addition to the game. And that will be really cool for a lot of people. Okay, as far as balance changes go, Wizard and Monk, I have not played either one of these classes, so I don't have a ton of experience with them, but I can say, just from reading all this stuff, if you look at all these abilities, it's pretty much, these abilities here are just buffed across the board. That every single one of them has damage buffed, so they're all going to hit harder, and they have their range buffed, so they're going to hit farther. And if they don't have range buff, then they have another kind of like multi-hit damage buff, for example, in Lightning Nova. Multi-hit damage increase from 70 to 75%. So these are just all pure buffs. None of these balance changes are nerfing anything. So if you're a wizard or a monk, then I guess you just got some buff damage to look forward to, unless you don't happen to use any of these abilities listed. Alright, now the bug fixes. There's a lot of bug fixes, and I'm going to try to get through all of them. This is a big part of this patch, though. Alright. So, adjusted monster spawn logic to reduce effectiveness of standing in one place in the library of Zoltan, Cool, and Mount Zavane. Now, this is to combat bots, people botting or AFK farming. I personally just left library like an hour ago, and I still saw a ton of people in there AFK farming, and it was really hard for me to get done my contract that I was trying to do in there, because all the AFK farmers were where my contract sent me. So I don't know if this is going to make a difference or not, and maybe those people just didn't get the memo yet, but hopefully that will chill them out, you know? I think AFK farming is fine. Like, it's not really fine. I don't do it. But if you want to do it, I don't think it's like illegal or anything, but it's just so annoying for those of us that are trying to do contracts and bounties, and there's just in an area where there's a million AFK farmers and it takes forever to tag the mobs because they just die instantly. Again, my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think AFK farming should be allowed and encouraged, or do you think it should be not allowed? I'm of the mindset, if it doesn't affect other players, then I don't care if they're doing it. You know, if they were somehow doing it in like a rift or something, then more power to them. That doesn't affect me at all, so keep on keeping on. But when it starts to get into the way of bounties and contracts, it can be annoying for us players just running around the world manually. Oh, and another part of this is adjusted the way auto-targeting will work after a player casts the same skill over a sustained duration. Not sure what that means, because a lot of the auto spammers are, you know, alternating skills, so I don't know if that's going to have any effect on that at all. Unsure. Updated the ability description of chipped stone flesh for each time you cause an enemy loss of control to each time you cause the enemy loss of control. It sounds like it's just clarifying wording, but nothing is going to change on that, so that's fine. All right. Fixed an issue where some class abilities would not play audio. Fixed an issue that would cause resonance in combat rating to display as 0. Fixed an issue that caused some doorways to block bosses and other large monsters. Fixed an issue that would cause crests to be deducted from disconnecting party members after an Elder Rift was canceled. That sounds awful. I hope they would mail those crests back to those people. I never saw that personally, so I don't know if it was a big thing. Also, keep in mind, a lot of the stuff in these patch notes, they were actually things that were fixed over the past month. Some of this stuff might not have been fixed in the patch last night, but it might have been fixed a few weeks ago. But I think since some of those hotfixes they didn't get patch notes, I think a couple of them might have. But I think they're just putting everything in here that they did over the past month, really. Anyways, fixed armory interaction, issued with items in the warband stash. Fixed multiple issues that would cause characters to fall through the world. I did fall through the world a handful of times, so that was interesting. It was never a big deal. Like, if I fell through the world, it would always kind of just reset me back on land somewhere. So it's not like I would get stuck down there forever or anything like that. But it did happen to me a couple times. Actually, it happened to me in a dungeon once, and that, I think I was stuck down there. I had to use the unstuck command. But then it happened to me in a rift a couple of times, in the same rift, and in that case, it would always unstuck me automatically, and it would be, like, seamless. It wouldn't bring me back to the beginning, it would just place me back on land somewhere. So that was a weird bug, but it sounds like that might be fixed, so that's cool, I guess. Where was I? Fix an issue that would allow players to enter a challenge rift ahead of the party members who have higher latency. Fixed an issue that caused resonance to increase when swapping gems through the stash. I think that was an exploit people were taking advantage of to get wings at some point. Even though, like, I think if you use that exploit and change zones, it would always reset your resonance back to what it should be. But if you did it while you were still in the zone, I don't know if this is true or not. This is just what people in my Twitch chat told me. They said they were able to get wings from using that exploit, which sounds crazy to me. Anyways, upgrade materials and Dawning Echoes will now be properly returned to players after destroying the upgraded or awakening item. That's very interesting. I didn't know that was a thing, and that's actually pretty cool. I hope I never have to destroy an upgraded or awakened item, but I'm sure I will someday, and I'm glad you'll be able to get that stuff back. Remove the Paragon level requirements for some quests. Fixed an issue where Chests of Glory were not shared with all party members. Fixed an issue that prevented players from using primary attack after being interrupted by enemies. And this last one on here, well, not the last one, but this last one at the part of this list, for me, is a big deal. Experience globes will now drop in a smaller radius after killing monsters. I like to just run around solo and chain, and just have fun and just chill and, like, watch Twitch or Netflix or something. And that was one of my chain killers. I would be chasing after these blue orbs that would shoot like halfway across the screen, and it would cause me to lose the chain. So that is a great fix, in my opinion. If the orbs aren't going to be shooting as far, hopefully it will make me break my chain less. So that's pretty nice. I know I didn't have to chase after them. I could have got them on another lap, but, you know. All right, so now here's some fixes in the Cycle of Strife. Fixed an issue where the shadow contracts that would immediately fail upon entering the quest zone. I never saw that. The Immortal Overthrow buff will now clear upon entering a challenge rift. That's very interesting to me. I didn't know that was a thing. Fixed an issue that would cause the Immortal to knock players out of the arena during Shadow War. That's hilarious. So that sounds like you're knocking people off the map. And I wonder if they had to use Unstuck if that happened, or if they would just be trapped down there for a while. I don't know. That sounds like Immortals could have taken a serious advantage of that, though. Hopefully that's not a thing anymore. That's a good fix. Fixed an issue that prevented claiming shadow contract rewards. I never saw that. That sounds bad, though. Fixed an issue that would cause players to become stuck during some shadow contract missions. I didn't experience like any of these Cycle of Strife issues. Fixed an issue that would prevent Corvus Expedition from completing. Again, never saw it. Okay, and if Dark Clan leader has not selected a Dark Clan objective, one will automatically be selected on Saturdays. That one I love. I almost forgot to select one day. I'm a Dark Clan leader myself. I almost did forget to select one Saturday because, you know, I just lose track of days or whatever. I didn't yet, but I almost did. And so I think that's a great feature right there, because I think it can be, as the game life goes on, I think a lot of leaders might, you know, accidentally miss that. So that's really cool that it will automatically select one. I like that, and I believe in that quite a bit. One other thing, this isn't added, but this is kind of more like a dream. I wish, as far as the Cycle of Strife goes, I wish that as a Dark Clan leader, you could appoint someone else in your clan to be the Immortal. Sometimes. Because I don't always want to do it. You know I can pass leadership to someone or whatever, stuff like that, and that's not a big deal. I don't mind doing that necessarily. But there are some restrictions, I think, on leadership passings, back and forth, and stuff like that. It would be nice if the leader could just assign someone else to do it that wants to do it, you know? And another thing is, it would be nice if the leader didn't show up. As of now, if the leader doesn't show up, then the statue just stands there and gets beat down, right? It would be nice if another player could take that role if the leader wasn't there, you know? Like, I feel like leaders are almost being held hostage here, man. You can't like go on vacation ever. You can't do anything because you're gonna let your guild down or your clan down. That is another thing that I wish was a possibility, but that's not in these patch notes. That's just a dream. This is getting so long. I didn't expect this video to be so long. Adjusted battleground preparation UI so that players are properly randomized. That was good. That was fixed a couple of weeks ago, I think, because people were really abusing that, or it was annoying trying to get in and people were canceling nonstop. Fixed an issue that would cause players to put back into queue after entering. Never saw that. Added a mechanism to prevent players from attacking the Ancient Heart before Phase 3. That sounds crazy, and I'm glad I never saw that one. And I'm glad it's fixed. The NPC fixes just were weird bugged NPCs, not worth reading, I don't think. It was just NPCs that like wouldn't talk to you or you couldn't see sometimes. Fixed the UI issue that would cause HUD to become invisible after triggering the cycle's end cutscene. Fixed an issue that would cause clan information to be bugged during the end of the cycle. Added an exit button to the Domain of Horror. Fixed an issue that prevented clan invitations. That doesn't sound good. Fixed an issue that would cause the quest tracker to fill with blank entries after exiting the Path of Blood. That sounds bad too. I didn't ever experience any of these. Fixed an issue where some UI models would not be dismissed. Server recommendations will now be based on language selection, and fixed an issue that prevented players from opening the battle pass. I never saw like any of that stuff. Alright. Fixed an issue where the camera while fighting Lassel flame spun. Never saw it. And fixed an issue that would cause a black screen when teleporting after upgrading legendary gems. I've never seen any of that stuff. So hopefully those of you guys that did experience it have that solved. But yeah, so this was the patch notes. That was pretty much it. I know I did ramble a little bit on things that I would like to see in this game, but maybe I should make a separate video on that stuff, I guess. Another thing they added today that was not in the patch notes, if you are... Actually, let me just show it off real quick, because I don't need the patch notes up anymore. If you're in a clan... That's not the clan. If you're in a clan, you can see... They've added actually what zone people are in now. You can see what people in your clan are up to in the last online. Obviously, if they're offline, it just tells you when they were last online. But if they're online, you can see this is brand new. This was just added today. So that's a pretty cool thing. That's a step in the right direction. I do think it's good that they're adding more information to clan screens, because 2 weeks ago, we didn't even have this option to see when people were last online. That was tedious and frustrating. So I'm glad they added that. That was a very good thing too, and that also wasn't in the patch notes, but they did add that like 2 weeks ago. And yeah, so just that I do feel that they have been adding things that are showing up pretty good, and I like it. I'm gonna end this video now though, because it has been way too long. This is super long. If you stuck around this whole time, you're amazing. I don't even know what to say. I'll be shocked if anyone is still listening to my voice at this moment. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I have been streaming this game every single day on Twitch, on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/DegenTP. So if you want to come out there and hang out, I stream it anywhere from like, I don't know, like 5 to 10 hours a day. It's pretty random, but I am on every single day, so you should come hang out there if you want to. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys like these patch notes. Remember, they did say a big content update is coming later in the month. So this is kind of just a mini thing while they're still probably launching the game in various places around the world. And then maybe the big content update will be once it's finally out everywhere. But yeah, until then, see you guys on Twitch. I'll still try I'll put another video out tomorrow. I think I will do another Diablo video out, so look for that if you want. And yeah, other than that, have an amazing day. I hope you guys are still enjoying this game, despite some of the flaws. I know it's not perfect, but it is still very fun to a lot of us. So, yeah. Enjoy it, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, and farewell. Bye. Blah, 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 blah.